and self-improvement psychic radio. Here's a tip. Pull back your shoulders, lift up your rib cage, and tuck in your butt. Aligning your chakras will help you to absorb a more positive state of mind, be able to show a more confident nature, which brings back smiles and more opportunities in a positive way in your life. Nicknamed the Velvet Hammer for my direct honesty with soft wordage, and a reader well established in the spiritual community, join me for Achieve TV every Wednesday on your concerns, what's making you feel blocked, career, love, romance, and angel message readings. Just click on the little Achieve Rainbow TV on achieveradio.com homepage and watch your reading live as it happens. The number to call in to the Pink Chakra Psychic Line is 888-235-7374.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is AchieveRadio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/AchieveRadio.
This is Anne Marie, and wow, what a day for me. I am so glad my friend and wonderful psychic reader Joseph Gritch is on today, because I tell you what, I could use a reading. And today is a day of contradictions for me. I got the word that I'm going to be in a book of top 50 psychics of America. Yes, and I was submitting my bio and everything, and I was feeling that feeling that you have when you have to believe your own stuff. When someone says say some really great things about yourself. And I love the fact that you and another Karen Hagar always call it selfless self-promotion or selfish self-promotion. When I get into that niche of selfish self-promotion, I instantly start to doubt myself.
Oh, well, the way I see it is, I know it's kind of initially it's an icky feeling, sort of like, but then I realize, if you don't toot your own horn, no one's going to know that you're there.
I'm sure that's true.
You have to do that, and so of course you're gonna give out your best. It's like, well, this is what I did. Look, see, remember, because there's so many distractions, and the attention spans are so short nowadays, because everything's so immediate. I say use those immediate tools like the internet and, toot your own horn and really feel good about it, because, you're careful about what you put out there, because, of course, you want it to be your best, your best, side, and consider that whatever you put out there, imagine it being 30 feet high on a billboard. But you have to do that, and it's so easy to do that now. I mean, it doesn't cost anything, except for having internet, and, programs and the tools, But I say use it and feel good about it, because you can't just wait for somebody else to do it for you.
Here's what started happening. I immediately after I sent the promo or sent my bio and sent my picture, then immediately the capital key stopped working, so I couldn't log into my password. Well, then I went to go dash in and put makeup, and as I was putting my lipstick on, just like some crazy I Love Lucy show, the lipstick broke and it went right up my face. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're really cool. You're really cool, Ann. And it was like instantly the dog started looking at me like, yeah, and you forgot to take me for a walk today. So it was just so bizarre that here was this really great thing that was happening, followed by all of these human, idiotic blocks. Like not even being able to get into your own computer or not being able to. I made it on time. Okay, I got everything on time.
You have to consider there's always a kick in the butt. and luckily, these are little minor irritating kicks in the butt, But you have to pay for everything that you get.
I do, and I feel like it was my angel saying, Okay, now let's just take things down to where the human level. We're going to show you everything human here.
We're going to remind you that you are human. And yes, your toothbrush can fall into the toilet like anybody else's.
Yeah, that's what it was. Toilet all over me. So how have you and what have you been doing, Joseph?
Well, I'm just so happy that we have some spring days. And yet 2 weeks ago, we were in sub-zero weather with a bunch of snow, and now it's gorgeous stuff is starting to come up. The snow's gone, and we had this full moon, which started it was a super moon, and those are rare, and we've had like maybe 4 of them this year, like since last year at this time, and it's
Are we
unusual.
on one now or not? We're not on one now.
No, we're not. No, the full moon's over, but now we're going to be entering the new moon, which will be on the March 20th, which will be the first day of spring. I think that is the first day of spring, isn't it? Yes. And that is also going to be, we're going to have a solar eclipse that day as well. Wow. So people are saying, be prepared for, tragic weather, and catastrophes. It's like, well, we get those any other time of the year. It doesn't have to be, what I'm saying. It's like this is not a signal for that. I would say more or less it's a signal for change in a lot of people. That would mean, like things that you're working on and things that it seems like you're pushing up against a wall for the past few years. This is when you're going to have you're going to be moving forward. And also getting rid of some old stuff. And it could be as mundane as deciding to do your spring cleaning, but that's the same kind of spring cleaning is going to take place on different levels for most people. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's almost kind of reminds me of when 2012 came and everybody was predicting some kind of major...
Yeah.
Huh? That's exactly the kind of energy I'm feeling from everybody that's astrologically saying, these huge, anything in March can happen, or April, it's all that, and it's...
Well, of course, it's like, huge, but not huge like in the cinematic, movie where everything, it's 2012. It came and went, and some things did happen. And maybe the world ended in a parallel time, in a different timeline, but not in this one. Sometimes whenever something disastrous happens in a parallel world, which is, like a reflection of this one pretty much. But,
agree.
Sometimes you do feel the after blast of whatever happened there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
Hmm.
maybe all the tough things did happen in
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
parallel dimension, or maybe
Mhm.
we were blessed enough to be able to get through something, or I don't know what it is. But I do want to say hi to Sunny from New York and Marjorie from Maine, and
Hi.
we have Linda from Oklahoma, and we have Jan from LA, and we have Susan from Massachusetts.
Oh, great. Well, who's first?
Yes. And so we
Who's
want to remind
next?
everybody that we love, love, love to be able to have you call in to the show. And I think my lipstick's on straight now for those that want to see us on the webcam. There's Joseph, and he's so good looking. And
Oh,
then
thank
there's
you.
me. And, the number to call in is 602-666-6027. That's 602-666-6027. And look at how good looking Joseph is, and
Hello.
see what setting he has. And most of all, get a reading from Joseph, because he's got a very, very, you just are getting better all the time, I think, on that.
Practice, I guess. It helps to do it often because the more you look at the cards, the more aware you are of the symbols, and there's so many meanings to these
Well, and
things,
doesn't it get to be also,
depending on the question, and actually, as we say, we don't choose the cards. We shuffle, and I lay them out, and that part I don't control.
yeah, and I do enjoy your Facebook
Yeah.
page. Could you tell them what your new Facebook page is, to where you have some very interesting
Oh,
perspectives? And
yeah.
I'm sure that if
I
anybody wanted to
just really,
go
really
to,
quick. I created a public Facebook page, which is called Tarot and Paranormal Insights. Um, by Joseph Lantern Bearer. And if you type in the search bar Lantern Bearer, you might see a couple with that name, but they're not all me. Mine is the one that will show up as Tarot and Paranormal Insights by Joseph Lantern Bearer. And there's a picture of a hermit carrying the hermit card, because that's, in this respect, that when I read cards, I see myself as the hermit. I'm the guy with the lantern trying to shed light on your issue. So, but
I
but I
automatically,
what I
I
do there
also,
is
I,
I try to post the card of the day, and actually
yes.
today's card is the Two of Cups inverted, which means that, being in a nutshell, being the bigger person by forgiving and apologizing will get you through this day, because it's more likely that you can have a split with a friend or a partner due to misunderstandings, and due to the fact that neither one wants to forgive nor apologize. So you can prevent this by being more understanding today, and by realizing that this is really temporary. Like, if you're having a lousy day at work, you realize you're not so enamored with your job. Listen, it's just a rough day. It will pass. Tomorrow is another day. Just, be cool, and don't escalate what need not be escalated. So that's
Good.
something to think about. That's the single card reading of the day that could apply to just about anybody who sees it,
And
depending on
could people submit questions to you on your page? Would you answer
um,
them?
they can. I encourage people to maybe post something interesting, because really, I would rather they call me at Keen for reading, and that's posted there too. There's a link for that if you click on that. So I make sure that these things are there, because
Okay.
it's not for free, but the page is for free. The card of the day is for
No,
free.
it's
But
not.
if you want a reading, you have to call Keen, because that's how I get. I get a few bucks that way.
Yeah, yeah. And also, but
Yeah.
sometimes I think that if they have a question about a card that you have
Yes.
pulled,
Oh,
something like
certainly.
that,
Certainly. Yeah. If they
maybe
want to talk
maybe
about the
they're reading
card,
maybe
yeah.
they're reading cards, and they want us to know, Joseph, the great hermit, We
Oh
would
yeah.
like you to hold your lantern up and tell us what this means on our life today,
Well, that's why
or
it's
what
out
is.
there. I want to get a response. I want to have a discussion. That's fine. I like that. We can talk about the cards or anything weird that's happening.
Right,
And of
right.
course, because I also posted stuff about hauntings, and stuff, just odd little things that happen in our life. Like sometimes we have these syncs happening all day where it seems like a certain number keeps popping up or a certain name keeps popping up. Or you're just talking about some actor and you turn on the TV and there they are.
I got
I
it.
mean, it's just sort of like, kind of weird. And then within that movie that you see them in, something is happening that, again, that had just applied to you earlier that day. It's just weird how things happen or the change you get back in your hand happens to be the date of your birthday or something strange like that.
I have a question for you about, when you watch those shows about the people that are going into the most haunted places in Ireland or the most haunted castles where the most horrible things have happened and dead nuns and things like that. Sometimes don't you feel like some of these people, for the sake of, like the last one I saw showed somebody going into a famous cave of devil worshippers, and they were going in there and they were they were going into this room that was supposed to be absolutely a no-no and saying, Satan, Satan, are you there? And I'm thinking, you dummy. I mean, really, I can honor the fact that these people are experienced at what they do, but then one felt like the devil had grabbed his ear with 3 claws and pulled him out of the cave, or tried to pull him back in the cave when he tried to leave, and then he was afraid that he was forever damaged goods because the devil had touched him, and they're on their way out of the forest, and all of a sudden he's going, oh, life will never be the same, and then all of a sudden this woman's voice cries, no, through the forest, and they're claiming that this is 100% real, and they do all of the stuff, and I'm thinking, why would you want to wade in cesspools of energy?
Yeah, sort of like, let's go down to the ghetto and hang out and where all the gunfire is.
Let's go in a drug den.
I like to avoid trouble, really. But I would say, for one thing, the devil, angel, well, actually, depending on, angels pretty much have their own mind, and they all do what they do. And the thing is, when they do things a certain way, then a lot of times we can take that as something evil, But I don't really think that. I think if you're going to address anybody of that nature, you better be respectful. And I just, and if you're expecting something nasty, well, you're going to get something nasty. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I think that's true. Janice is in the room and she says, I am forever seeing 333, and it drives me crazy. What does it mean to anyone?
What, like it's coming up in change? It's coming up on your clock? You're waking up at 3:33
Evidently, Janice is having a lot of 333 series of 333s. What do you get on that?
Oh, gee. I remember it being talked about in dramas as being the devil's way of mocking, the Holy Trinity. But that's if for Catholics. I mean, you have to, you know what I'm saying?
The Trinity.
It's entertainment.
Trinity.
It's not. I don't really believe that that's true. Threes actually. Usually things happen in threes, both good and bad, and even. But as for the threes popping up all the time, apparently somebody wants her attention, and they're using this sync, to make her stop and think. Like, okay, somebody's trying to point something out to me. Now, we could do a reading on it. We could flip some cards and see what it is.
Sure,
just to
sure.
see.
I'm going to
Okay.
have you do that while I describe what 3 means, okay?
Okay.
The number 3 is a masculine number, and it means the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Threes are active, harmonious, pleasure-loving, and they bring joy to others as indicated by their numerology, meaning many politicians are threes with excellent conversational skills, but they can often be superficial. They give hope to others who see the dark side of things. These shining lights work hard to stop negativity from entering into their lives. The good in something usurps the bad every time. They are born mediators between 1 and 2 to draw them together. Extreme versatility and highly sociable attitudes make them well liked. In partnerships, they are sexually interested and interesting both. Threes meet and live life head on. So what do you have with 3 threes in a row for her?
Well, I see at present what we have is the Page of Wands for the present time. And the Page of Wands is reversed in this respect. And what I'm seeing is that there's a level of confusion and indecision, perhaps, in her life. And I see that she is being called upon to help somebody decide something important or to be a part of some decision. Okay. Now, in general, it's unwelcome news. That it's an indication of unwelcome news that might be coming soon. It's not usually anything like, horribly horrendous, but it could be something that you just rather not deal with. But it does require a need to focus on the problem. And I do see that in the future, what we got here, the near future, would be the 8 of Pentacles, which is right side up. And usually the 8 of Pentacles is, it indicates a period of hard work ahead. And it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it means be ready to be really busy and be prepared that you may be asked to do something. It could be personal or professional, but be prepared that somebody might ask you to do something. And you'll have to make a necessary effort. Because you have a lot to accomplish coming ahead, and but really have a balance. You can't work all the time. You got to take care of yourself so you can do this. But at work, it could mean that she might get hired into a new position that really tests her skills. It might be demanding, but have faith in yourself. And,
I would say that. I think I'm in sync with you on that one, but the first thing that comes up on this, Janice, and this is, I don't know if you can see this, but it's the card of intuition. And what this card says is that your intuitive guides are leading you to people, places, and new jobs that you might enjoy better. Now, how much can that be in sync with what you just said? The other thing that comes through is that it's asking you to choose to do something, to change something in your life that will make you debt-free and live a more financial balance and a healthier lifestyle. And that's the card of affluence. And the next card that came up to me was trust, that it's just time to start learning to trust in your own abilities, that you can improve your circumstances, Janice, and that the main thing that's getting in the way is that lately you've been pretty chicken, that there's a sense that, and I get an upside down courage card. This is a different kind of deck. This is I forget what it's called, but I love it. And it's just saying that this is the card of courage, and it's saying that you have these abilities to be more financially balanced and more intuitive and more trusting, but for whatever reason, you may be analyzing and sabotaging your own developments. So I would go along with what Joseph says and pay attention to all those things.
Yeah, you have the tools needed, even though what's coming might seem daunting. It's like, you got to take the bull by the horns and you'll be fine. You have these abilities, and I'm seeing that, the cards are saying this. They're saying, trust in yourself that you can do it, because you can do it.
Okay, we have Sunny from New York says, I am estranged from my parents, and they recently tried to contact me. Can you see if they're being honest with me, or is it just another ruse? Names start with K and I. Thank you so much, Sunny. So,
are they being honest with Sunny?
Right.
Okay. I do see that there's some judgment in the past. It's symbolized by the Hierophant. Okay, or I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I always say Hierophant. Is it
Hierophant? Is it? Because it is.
I don't know.
Well, it's the person that sits in judgment is what it is, and I see that as being that they've made it. I see a judgment being made in the past. With the Hierophant, there's a feeling of always doing the right thing and struggling with an issue to do the right thing. That's something in the past that was always a struggle, and I do see that at the time being that there is a male over 40, someone who conceals his emotions. That might be the father, and I do see that maybe perhaps that there were some issues here with this person, maybe perhaps not getting along. Now, in the near future, what I have here is the Four of Wands. So that's a wish card, but it's an unrealistic wish. Wishing won't make it so. Okay, you have to view this realistically based on some issues that have already happened in the past. Maybe there's something there that needs to be addressed, that might be the situation, I think. Try to enter more, try to have more of an open dialogue with them about this. What do you see, Anne-Marie?
The main thing that comes up immediately is follow your instincts on this. It says, act on your own instincts. And notice any signs, especially in your father's behavior. Your father seems to be either at a time where he's concerned that you may go back to self-destructive, what he feels is self-destructive behavior or irresponsible behavior. And your father is seen as fearing that you're kind of looking at the world like it's a la-la utopia. And he just feels like you need to do and be like he is and see things in a more matter-of-fact way and look at things like a man does and look at things in a way that intuitively a man is supposed to do to be a better man. And the feeling is that he's also concerned, I don't know why, about you romantically. I'm not sure whether he feels he has doubts, that you have doubts in yourself sexually, or he does, or if he he feels that for whatever reason, that's that utopia sensitive side that he just can't relate to. Do I think his intentions are good? Yes. But I think he's having a hard time looking past your past, and all he can seem to see is that it's his fatherly job to try to put you in line and do and offer anything he can to make you more of a and I can't, and Sonny is sometimes a female, so I can't really say it's a guy. I don't know, but it just seems like wants you to be courageous and buckle up.
Well, the Four of Wands inverted like this is also a reminder to Sonny that, you have the right to attend to your own spirit and your own life, regardless of what others think about it. Okay. So, I see that you're going to continue to still trying new things, and you should be. I mean, because this is really it's your life. I would say I wouldn't throw out the relationship, between your parents. I wouldn't want to stay on outs with them. Like I say, try to keep the dialogue open. They're not going to agree with you, probably not for a very long time, and you're not going to, pretend to be somebody else. So, but bottom line, the encouragement here is, you have the right to be your own self, and so be true to yourself, and then try to be open to your folks. But there are some things that you're just not ever going to see eye to eye on, and that's just how it is. But just try to make the best of it.
Lena says, "Hi, Anne-Marie and Joseph. Your lipstick looks fine." I hope you mean me and not Joseph.
You mean Anne-Marie doesn't have a big streak across her face,
No.
right?
I should have, just for the hell of it, on today's show.
Right. It's not on your forehead, at least, so that's a good thing.
Janice says it's pronounced Hierophant.
Hierophant. Yeah. I-E-R. Yes, of course. Thank you.
And let me see. Okay, and we have a caller. We have Jan from L.A. And Jan, how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fine today. Thank you.
What can Joseph look at for you today?
Well, I have a rental property, and my siblings are trying to rent it, and I just wondered if he sees that renting within the next month.
Can I have the number of that property, please?
6, 3, and 6.
636?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Oh, lots of 3s and 6s.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah,
today is the number.
The last question was about why the 333s, and now it's
now is it going to work?
Is it going to rent?
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
That was really definite.
No. Okay. Well.
Do you
okay.
like my
yeah.
dress?
It is. It is
yeah.
going to. But you need to be on your guard, and especially with somebody new. What I say is, this. I'm getting the Knight of Swords in upside down, reversed here. So I mean, I would say. Watch out for people that are like drains on energy and stuff, and try to get somebody. What I'm saying is, if they have references, check the references. Verify that they're working and that they're actually, or if they, are retired or whatever. I mean, really do a bit of checking, because. It's just something that you should do. Now, then the reverse Knight could mean that you really have to watch that somebody doesn't swindle you out of money here.
Oh, no.
So, I mean, it's saying, yeah, you're going to get rented, you're going to get people interested. I do see it being rented out, but I do see that you really have to be careful here.
And
Because,
I would add
yeah.
to that, because we have we have Leslie and Sue, also Washington and Alabama, in the call room. So we want to bring this to a close, but I would say also, and we only have 23 minutes, that the main thing I see is that exactly what Joseph did, is that don't get impatient and find that you rent to somebody you shouldn't. Do your
Yeah.
research. I'm shown the first person, and I'm shown the number 7, and I don't know whether that's 7 days or 7 weeks, but it shows the first person that you come across may not be the one that you want in there. However, the second person I'm shown is a guy with a great job with dark hair and dark eyes. And my sense is go with the second choice instead of the first one, which would go with the tone of yeah by Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go with Leslie from Washington. Hey, Leslie, what's going on?
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Anne Marie. Hi, Joseph. I'm taking some classes. I had a job that was working out okay, a part-time job, and then was laid off of that recently. It was a small office, and work just kind of dropped off, and so I'm looking for something could be similar or better, but that also allows me to go to school, but that's a positive work situation, and I could be ready for more of a career job in like 3 months or so, but really need something in between that will carry me through like at least 3 to 6 months.
Am I hearing that is the question, is there temporary work that can allow me to be able to go to school at the same time and have a high quality temporary job?
Yes, yeah, and time frame.
Okay, time frames are always approximate, but we can do our best on that.
I know.
So, Joe, what do you have on that?
Well, I got the Knight of Pentacles reversed for the near future regarding work. And what that is indicating is that you need to do your best to appear focused and hardworking when applying for the job, because they may see the classes as a distraction, a hindrance, or so you have to really give them the impression that the job is important.
Yeah.
That's what it could be, but financially, I'm seeing that if you work hard, you'll accomplish what you need to accomplish, and that area should be stable. If you can get this job, if you pull it off, be focused, be interested, they're going to want to feel that you're going to make this. It's not just a stepping stone or something to do while you're in school, So do pick something related to what you're studying so that it'll be accepted better, of course. But yeah, you have to really make sure that you stay focused there. It's good that you're learning something new. You're on the right track, and you need to, it's good to stay open. And I see that working out. But again, you got to make sure that you give the impression that you're really into this job.
I would say the same thing, and I'm shown though almost exactly what Joe is, that for some reason a rather cold on the kind of scary kind of feeling from some bosses about it's not that you don't have great credentials, and it's not that you don't have blessings and gifts in your personality. It's just the fact that they are going to, like Joseph said, fear that they will become a stepping stone, and that you will just kind of quietly shuck them once you've found yourself with the education you want. Therefore, just like Joseph said, I'm shown that it may take a little longer than you want. I'm shown more August, September before you find that one person that you can convince that this education can enhance the job that you do for them, especially if you can use your skills and maybe get a raise or maybe get a promotion because of the education and how it coordinates with the job in the future, which is seen in August, September.
Yeah, I've seen in the past I've seen the past.
I'm looking for just.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I was just noticing that in the past, I see that you've been able to accomplish quite a bit. And actually, you've done very well to make show up your peers a bit. You know, they might have been a little jealous, you know, because like, look at that, you know. But, I do see that it is something that, you know, it should be getting better, and you have to be focused. I've had it happen very often where there was a job I wanted, and because I had just graduated from college at the time, and the person kept saying, "I don't know." I said, "You sound great. You seem like you know a lot, but I don't know. I keep thinking about these classes. You know, you're going to take off." And I swear, I just wanted to slap her. It's like, you know, I needed the job, you know.
Right.
But that's how they start to feel, you know. So you have to make sure that you really push it. Yeah.
August, September is when I see dates.
Yeah, that's not far from now. I mean, time flies,
I need something immediate, kind of immediately. I was just asking about something immediately to fill in.
Oh.
I don't see anything immediate.
You know, maybe.
I mean, I need something just to survive. Otherwise, I won't be in school.
Yeah.
Okay,
I wish I could
you know, then you know, for those types of jobs, you know, I would say it would be totally temporary, and I could see you getting something. But you know, you're gonna have to try. You're gonna have to do something you don't like for a short time. That's kind of a drag.
I mean, that's fine.
You know, yeah. But I see that if you get those applications out there, you're going to get some nibbles. You just won't like them very much, but it will get you through.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Anybody can get a generic job. So I believe if you want a generic job, you'll get one. But as far as the good ones,
sometimes the experience you have and the education you have makes you less likely to get one of those crappy jobs that somebody who just had high school. You know, I mean, you're overqualified. It's such a, you know, it's such a, what do you call a cliche to say it, but it's true. It happens. That's happened to me. You know, I say I have 30 years of library experience, and they're not going to hire me. They're not hire somebody who just got out of school or somebody who, you know, has minimal. And if I wanted a job at, you know, like one of those big box, you know, I'm not going to mention their names. I'm not going to give them any advertising, but you know who I mean. You know, those retail stores that hires just about anybody. Yet someone like you can't get a job there. You know, so I would say try some of the more traditional places. Some of the names that we've heard more. You know, not the. I mean, some different stores. You know, that are a bit older. You know, that have more. You know, like maybe try Sears or something. You know, like in certain departments where it takes more experience. You know, something.
Joseph, we have 14 minutes, and we have about 4 or 5 people yet to go.
Okay. Good luck.
I want to say thank you very much, and we hope you get through this, Leslie. You'll do fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Who do we have next? Who's next?
Well, I think that we have 2 people that I don't know if they're, let me see, one is from Massachusetts and one is from Alabama, and one is Susan and one is Sue. I'm going to go run into the in quick because I don't want to ignore these people. They were here first, and then I'll go to Sue from Alabama. So we'll take Susan, and we're going to have to make these shorter readings because we have 14 minutes to get them through them. The first one from Susan from Massachusetts says, I am looking into sharing a place with a man who has advertised a room for rent. His initial is R. and am interested in knowing if this would be a positive move, or if you can tell me if you see something different coming by April. So R, is R a good choice to live with R, and what can she expect, or should she move to, or should she look for something else?
Okay. Well, I pulled up the 5 of clubs for the near future regarding this move. And that would be. I'm seeing that there might be some regrets here if you make this one particular move. You know, into this person. With this person at the time being. The 8 of Cups indicates that you're thinking of leaving a situation because it's not working. But I think this card, since you're about to make this move, I would say, and since it's there may be some sadness involved here. But I would say if there's something in your gut feeling that is telling you no about this, that gives you some doubts, I would say trust in that idea.
I would agree with that, Joseph, because telling somebody that's moving into an apartment with a strange person, a strange man, is it's a very important that you follow your own gut on this. We don't want to be the person that leads you to some kind of weirdo. But I can tell you this, that I feel that the first thing that came up to me was special friends. And it says to me that there is a special friend out there that could bring strength during this difficult time in your life. I, too, feel you are moving on from something that used to be beautiful but now feels sad. And my feeling is like Joseph, that you are ending something to be able to look for something else, and you must be very wise and cautious. Take your time on making your mind up, and do check out the option with a possible friend or a possible roommate situation with just look out to see what else is out there. Well, 2 months, I'm shown.
What I'm seeing, it was a little difficult because I'm seeing there's 2 ways to do this, and basically it's don't jump headlong into this new situation. And what I'm seeing is that you're encouraged more to spend some time and space on your own first, if you could manage it, or like what Anne-Marie said, with a good friend. That's not, a love relationship or not, I'm saying it's like maybe this is not a love relationship either, but I mean, rather than jumping with this person into a new place and share with them, why not pick another person for now, someone who can give you some space.
And will she find somebody by April?
I'm not seeing it by April.
And if I came up, wait 2, now that could be 2 weeks, but it could be 2 months also. So, I'm going to say that the most important thing is follow your gut, like Joseph says. We don't want to lead you to somebody that could actually hurt your situation instead of make it positive. But also, like anybody else, do your research on this person before you move in with them.
The 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is a 5, and 5 is April is the 5th month, So, okay. But I think that's more of an indication of the move, rather than, it actually working out with somebody, Do
a background search.
Yeah, do some checking, but I still think it says here that you just need to spend some time away from. People that could be potential partners and stuff. Just take a break from it and get some time to yourself. And that's what, you know, that's how it's turning out, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to go to Sue from Alabama. And Sue, we're taking you right. Hi, I'll schedule an appointment with you when I can. I'm on a radio show right now. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, that's sorry.
Hello.
Yes, go, do go. She's evidently continuing on with her message. She wants an appointment for a reading. So,
well, you said
okay.
you wanted a reading, Anne. No. I don't know. Who's next?
I hate to lose business, but
yeah,
I'll call her back. Okay, so we have lost Anne, or the other person. Who was it that we lost? We lost Suzanne, I think. Anyway, we do have others in the room. I probably scared her when I said hello, hello. We have Melissa from South Carolina. Hey, guys, good evening. Do you see a job for me in the near future and any insight about it? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Melissa. Yeah,
you know,
a lot of people have that question. That's for sure. You know.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And you can't blame them.
No.
You know.
So, what do you have on that?
Well, her immediate future is represented by the Fool.
Okay.
You know.
We don't.
Now, let me explain. Now, that is, I do see that there's this open-hearted energy that Melissa has. It's a very positive card, but it's also a card that, yes, you're moving forward and you're going to find what you want, but look where you're going. You know, you just don't. You know. But I do see new beginnings. It's somewhat of a spiritual meaning, but I do see some new things, like a new way of looking at things, maybe some meditation practice that you're trying, or some new regimen or relationship. I do see that. I would say that it's the right time for you to go off on your own and find a position. I'm seeing, you know, having open mind to the position you're going for. Try something you haven't considered before. It's very positive.
So it looks like she'll get a job.
Yeah, I do see it, but you know, I see it as she's getting the job because she's decided to try something completely different, because she's got an open mind and has thought, why not? Mm-hmm. So that's how I see her getting this. It's not something that anyone would have thought she'd do. It'd be more like just another aspect of herself that she decided, you know, I could do this, and then going for it, and I see her getting it. But since it's the Fool card, like, watch out for like being accident prone and stuff like that. Really look where you're going. You know, don't have one of those days where you get the job and you go great, and you walk through a glass door on the way out. You know, so
no, we don't want that. We don't want that.
But I see you're getting it.
I get it, and that's interesting that you said that, because it says a past crisis in her life has led her to a job ending. So hopefully she did not walk into a glass door, or she did not have a bad situation in the past that would cause.
She could have made a serious mistake. You know, it happens. And sometimes they fire you for that, you know. Like, it could have been something like that, you know.
So what comes through for me is that she may find that a recent experience that did not happen very pleasant for her, she needs to look out for the fact that it may be in her history, and that it may be something that isn't fair, but there is a job for her, but it shows that she may go through a few closed doors because of something that happened in a past job, and to keep her chin up, you will find something.
And if those mistakes, I do have some advice that if the mistake is brought up, don't try to BS through, you say, yes, I made a mistake.
Right.
But I learned from my mistake. I'm not doing that again, So, yeah, sure. Yeah, I did that. I certainly learned from it.
It was a mistake. Yeah, it's better to be real. Okay,
Yeah,
Joseph, I'm going to quit here because I was wondering if you could give us that prayer that you often did in the other shows. Do you remember it?
Was that the about getting rid of bad energy? Returning
I think
energy?
So.
Or was it... the one for when you start your day.
Yes.
Is that you stand before the mirror and you take a deep breath and you say to yourself, I bring the cosmic forces into my body, asking for strength, protection, and guidance. So we take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we say, we take a deep breath, we say, I bring the cosmic forces into my body, into my being. And as you exhale, you say, for strength, protection, and guidance. And you do this 3 times, then take a moment and say what you want to have happen that day. I want to be more attentive. I want to do well today. I want to resolve whatever today, and it's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
And,
that sounds very
right.
good, and especially say that before you put on your lipstick before your job
Right.
interview, so you don't go up your face, or before your job interview, or before anything else.
And then you say, you imagine yourself standing in a shower of white light, and you say, protect me with your white light, and then you fold your arms over your shoulders in the old way, and you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you put on your lipstick.
Joseph, it's always wonderful having you with us, and I look forward to the time.
Thank you very much.
With you, everything goes smooth, and I just always enjoy my time with you. I want to say goodbye to everybody, and Joseph, you have a wonderful week, and I hope we have another great week of, great weather.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.